Sino nga ba ang magiging MVP ngayong 2026-2027 season? Based sa ads sa covers.com, ang nangunguna sa MVP ranking natin ay si Victor Wembanyama na may plus 194. Pangalawa naman si SGA na may plus 488. Pangatlo si Luka na may plus 525. Pang-apat si Jokic na may plus 669 at may mga dark horse tayo na si Tatum, si Edwards, Giannis at si Jaylen Brown. Sa ating stats, may 34% chance si Wemby na mag-MVP. Only 46% chance dun sa tatlong kasama niya sa MVP ranking. Tara, simulan na natin sa number 5. Si Luka Doncic. And I know marami sa inyo ang magtatanong kung bakit nasa league siya. Hear me out muna. Quick history muna. Si Luka ay na-trade sa Lakers noong February 1, 2025, mid-season, straight from Dallas. Anthony Davis ang napunta sa Mavs. At noong 24-25 season with Lakers, kasama niya si LeBron. Nag-average siya ng 28, 8, and 7 with 50 wins, top 3 seed sa West. Then last season, 25-26 season, first full season niya sa Lakers. Sumabog talaga si Luka. Nanalo siya ng scoring title sa 33.5 points per game. Not just nanalo ng scoring crown. Nauna siya ng more than 2 points over sa runner-up na si SGA. Para sa perspective, si SGA ang naging back-to-back MVP na may 31.1 points. Si Luka, 33.5, mas mataas. Pero hindi MVP. Imagine niyo yun. At hindi lang scoring magaling si Luka. May 7.7 rebounds siya at 8.3 assists. Almost triple-double average, diba? At noong March, nag-60, nag-50 at 5 games ng 40 points. Lahat sa iisang buwan. According to NBA.com, that was a scorching run that only a handful of players in NBA history are capable of assembling. Pero ngayong 2026-27 season, wala na si LeBron. Nasa 76ers na siya. Luka is the guy sa Lakers. May Austin Reeves na bagong sign na 4-year, $185 million deal. May Walker Kessler sa middle, solid defender at rebounder. At nakapirma si Luka ng 3-year, $165 million extension, committed sa LA. Through 2028, he said it himself, I want to bring championships to LA. This is just the beginning. Ang tanong, without LeBron beside him, magiging mas dominant ba si Luka o magiging mas mahirap ang laro niya? Based sa scoring title niya last season, I think we all know the answer. Plus 525 ang odds niya, third favorite sa buong field. The market is taking him seriously. Number 4, si Giannis. Plus 1,900 ang odds niya, pero don't count him out. Last season, kahit nasa Milwaukee pa siya, halos solo niya na ang lahat. Nag-average pa rin siya ng 30, 11, and 6 assists. One of the high scoring average sa buong liga. Pero hindi pa rin siya MVP. Bakit? Kasi ang Bucks ay hindi competitive noong season na yun. Ngayong nasa Miami na siya, at sino ang actual teammates niya? Si Bam Adebayo, one of the best defensive centers in the NBA. Nakapirma ng laking extension. Si Bobby Portis, physical, malakas sa boards, proven na sa mga big games. Si Andrew Wiggins naman ay versatile two-way wing na kayang mag-depend ng multiple position. At si Nikola Jovic, young developing big man na patuloy na lumalago ang laro. Honestly, hindi ito yung star-studded lineup na inaasahan ng lahat para sa Heat. But that's the reality. At iyon mismo ang magbibigay ng mas malaking pressure kay Giannis. Kailangan niya i-carry ng mas malaki pa ang load ang Miami Heat. 2 MVPs na si Giannis noong 2019 at 2020 season. He wants a third one. The question, sapat ba ang supporting cast na ito para dalhin ang Heat sa top seed ng East o magiging one-man show ulit siya? That's the most interesting storyline ng Heat ngayong season. At before we go to the top 3, quick mention muna natin ang mga dark horse. Si Jason Tatum na may 1,300 na odds. Kung lalakas ang Celtics ngayon, baka siya rin ang manalo ng MVP. Si Anthony Edwards na may 1,500 na odds. Ngayon naglalaro kasama sila Melo sa Minnesota, mas exciting na ang backcourt nila sa West. At si Cade Cunningham na may plus 2,400, quietly one of the most complete players in the league ngayon. Any of these guys could surprise, but for now, top 3 na natin to. Si Nikola Jokic sa pangatlong numero, 3-time MVP. Ang odds niya ngayon ay plus 669. Here are the exact numbers last 25-26 season. 27.7 points per game, 12.9 rebounds, and 10.7 assists. Ito ang mas crazy part. According to NBA.com, si Jokic ang kauna-unang player na nakagawa nun sa liga na nanguna sa rebound at assist sa parehas na season sa buong kasaysayan ng NBA. At kahit na nakamiss siya ng 17 games, tumura pa rin siya sa total assist sa buong liga. At ito pa ang mas impressive, ginawa niya lang ito bilang isang center, not a guard, not a forward, a center. 8 in scoring and leading the league in rebounds and assists. NBA.com called it unprecedented stuff. And then they are right. But here's the problem ni Jokic ngayong season. Voters fatigue. Real concept ito sa MVP voting. Last 25-26 season, kahit gaano kagaling ang season niya, si SGA pa rin ang manalo. Even the Covers.com analysis confirmed this. Players who have already won may need to outperform their own past season to win again. But here's the counter. Si Jokic ay hindi nagbabago ng style para sa voters. Laro lang siya, and when Jokic just play, historically, he wins MVP 3 times na. May rumor pa na posibleng mag-opt-out siya ngayong contract ngayong summer, sa ngayong season. Fully committed pa siya sa Denver. Pero when the Jokers fully committed, you know what happened. Number 2, SGA. Back-to-back MVP. At siya ngayon ay plus 488. Here are the exact numbers. Last 25-26 season, nag-average siya ng 31.1 points, 6.6 assists at 4.3 rebounds. Nag-shoot siya ng 55.3% from the field. According to the NBA.com, right from the opening night till the end, nobody played higher level basketball without a dip. No slumps. No bad weeks, no bad months, consistent from game 1 to game 82. He set a record consecutive 20-point game streak, led the Thunder to 64 wins at the number 1 seed in the West. Nanalo pa siya ng Clutch Player of the Year, 175 total clutch points sa buong liga sa mga tight games, and his efficiency, according to CBS Sports, he received 83 out of 100 first place votes. Dominante. And notice this, his odds actually dropped from plus 330 last season to plus 488 ngayon. Ang ibig sabihin lang nito, even the betting market is less confident about the 3 feed. And the historical data backs this up. According to Covers.com, the last player to win 3 consecutive MVPs was Larry Bird. In 1984, 85, 86 season, 0 players have done it since, not Jordan, not LeBron, not Jokic. 0 success rate. 40 years. At ang OKC starting 5 ngayon, si SGA, si AJ Mitchell na sumabog sa playoffs, si Jalen Williams, si Chet Holmgren na naging All-Star at All-Defensive, at si Isaiah Hartenstein sa center. Still elite kahit lumabas na si Dort sa kanilang lineup. But here's the most honest thing I can say about SGA. Parang hindi niya ito iniisip. Hindi niya sinusubukang maging MVP, laro lang siya. And that's exactly what makes him dangerous. The most dangerous opponent is the one who's not chasing the award. Chasing lang ang panalo. Before number 1, i-comment nyo lang kung sino ang MVP pick nyo. Let's see kung tama kayo. Sa number 1, si Victor Wembanyama. Plus 194 ang odds niya. 34% implied probability. Pinakamataas sa buong field. Here are the exact stats last 25-26 season. 25 points, 11.5 rebounds, 3.1 blocks, 3.1 assists at 1.0 steals in 64 games. Reigning Defensive Player of the Year, and dinala niya ang San Antonio Spurs sa NBA Finals. In just his 3rd season, bago pa niya mapunan ang 22 years old na edad niya. And here's the part na hindi alam ng marami. Ginawa niya lahat ng yun while playing less than 30 minutes per night. According to NBA.com, his stats would expand with more minutes. Playing under 30 minutes lang, at ganyan na ang numbers. Imagine niyo kung full minutes siya. Now, here's the defensive analytics. When Wemby is on the court, ang Spurs ay may 103.2 defensive rating when he's off 113.4. That's a 10.2 points differential. Pinakamalaki sa buong league by a wide margin. For perspective, si Rudy Gobert, 4-time Defensive Player of the Year, ang pinakamataas na on-off differential niya ay 3.5%. Si Wemby ay 10.2%. Halos triple ang laki niya. At according to NBA.com, there were games na which Wembanyama blocked more shots than the entire opposing team. As in, siya lang alone versus their whole roster. Nakakaloko yun, boy. And here's what he personally said last season. Defense is 50% of the game. And it is undervalued in the MVP race. And I believe I am the most impactful player defensively in the league at the end of the season. There should be no debate. Was he right? Yes, nakakainis lang kasi tama talaga siya. This season, 4th year niya. Historical patterns. KD, 4th season, first MVP. Si LeBron, 4th season, first finals. Si Wemby, 4th season, MVP na. And one more thing, nakapirma na siya ng 5-year, 252 million extension sa Spurs. Committed siya sa San Antonio. And this offseason, nag-host siya ng summer mini camp sa France para sa 8 to 10 teammates niya. Sariling gastos niya, and that's the level of commitment niya sa team. But honest disclaimer lang, agree ba kayo o hindi? O may ibang pick kayo? I-comment nyo kung gusto nyong malaman ang MVP pick ng Jazz Buckets community.